Hello everyone, Warren here again with the Peach State Prime channel. And while this video was filmed in Augusta, Georgia, I did want to create a little bit of a special intro to it. So if you can't tell by the title and of course the thumbnail, this particular video is about a concert that my family and I went to. And of course the band that we saw was Styx. Styx being my favorite band. I actually discovered them in high school. I'm a little young. I'm 41, but I'm technically considered young to be such a Styx fan and for them to be my favorite band. Um, just really how I came across their music was actually by accident. And it's a story I like to tell just to show the power in advertising. So, first off, this was in the 90s. I forget the exact year. But, anyways, there was this car commercial. And you know what? Instead of me telling you about it, let me just show you the commercial.
An 8-speaker stereo, just one of over 40 features now standard on the Volkswagen Golf.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roboto, for helping me escape just when I needed to. Thank you.
All right, so of course that's a very classic car commercial talking about a cassette player. But Mr. Roboto, of course, was the song that got me into Styx. I know some people don't like the song. I'm a nerd. I like robots, as you can tell all around me here. So that kind of got me hooked into Styx. And it did take a little bit of a while after that commercial because I liked the song, but I didn't know who did it. So when I was on vacation in St. Augustine, Florida with my parents, we went to a mall and came across a compilation CD of 80s songs. And I'll show a picture of it, let's say here. And had this goofy guy on the front. However, the very first song on there was Mr. Roboto, Styx, right there. So I finally knew who did the song. I bought the CD. Then I ended up getting a couple of Styx compilation CDs, then the actual albums, and the rest is history. And I came to find out that the songs, a lot of their other big hits like Renegade, Mr. Roboto, Blue Collar Man, Too Much Time on My Hands, Lady, Babe, Best of Times, what else is there? Lorelei, all those great songs I had actually heard before and I was familiar with them and I kind of liked them. I never knew they were all the same band though, because it just is a testament to how broad and just the variety that Styx brings, which is one of the things I really like about them. If you're familiar with the band, you know that they've gone through some personnel changes over the years. And I'll be honest, I like each and every incarnation of them. I think they all bring power to the band. They all bring some artistry. I like the old stuff, the very beginning stuff before they were popular, what people would call the golden era or the A&M years, which is all the big hits. And then, of course, their later stuff, their more modern music, I find enjoyable. Going to show you a couple things I have out in the other room that I think are kind of impressive. And then I'll switch you over to the concert coverage. So the very first thing I'm going to show you, Styx related, that I have out in the basement here, is we have these couple albums that are of special note. This is the Japanese Best of Styx by Wooden Nickel. You can see it has that strip there. That's indicative of the Japanese releases. So this contains Lady and some of their earlier hits before they were really big. I have an autographed copy of the original lineup, or the classic lineup, I should say, of the Grand Illusion. I got the clear yellow version of Pieces of Eight. Then I have a copy of Paradise Theater. And then I have the autographed copy of the single. Now, that's actually a CD inside there, even though it is the size of an album or vinyl, whatever you want to call it, where Styx and REO Speedwagon came together and did a song called Can't Stop Rockin'. And that was the autographed version they sold at the concert. And then probably my favorite thing, if you haven't caught it already, is, yes, I have a Mr. Roboto store standee to promote the album Kilroy Was Here from 1983. And it does still stand up. It is old. I have it flattened up against the wall, but you can see he's holding the cassette tape and the vinyl version of the album Kilroy Was Here. And then this is a little dark, but this is actually a 3D kind of mosaic picture that's autographed from when the more modern lineup did the Grand Illusion and Pieces of Eight albums tour, where they did both of those albums back to back in their entirety in the order in which they were recorded. Then we have an album which was some re-recorded greatest hits called Regeneration, that's autographed. And then I do have some other albums here, and of course I do have the other vinyl albums, just not on display right now. And then moving on down the line here, you have all these pop figures and all that. Then you come across a Mr. Roboto head. Now, this Mr. Roboto head is actually very special and, of course, very unique. Not something that was ever available. My son actually 3D printed this for me for Christmas. He used a program, I don't know what program it is, where he actually took an image of the Roboto mask and was able to create a 3D print file for it. So this is very cool and, very appreciative of this. And, of course, something that's unique to my collection and not quite everybody has. And, there's not a ton of merchandise out there for Styx, yet alone Mr. Roboto, so this is a very welcome addition that I have to my shelf. But anyway, so that's enough out of me, showing off my Styx stuff. One thing I also do have, I will say, throw this in there, I do have a standee, kind of like this Mr. Roboto one, but of the Paradise Theater sign. It's at my parents' house somewhere. I got to find it one day. But when I bought it off of eBay, supposedly it's the one that was in the record shop on the television show That 70s Show. I don't have much to go off of other than that listing. However, the album came out in 1981. So that's not really the 70s. But, television, especially sitcoms, don't worry so much about that. But anyways, I'm going to turn it over to Future Warren. Future Warren, have fun at the concert. Thanks, Past Warren. Future Warren here. So we are now in Augusta, Georgia, walking toward the Bell Auditorium to see Styx. And let's go check things out. We are on our way to the merchandise, so there's the stage. And we're here at the merchandise, waiting in line. Lots of t-shirts, all sorts of goodies. And this is the view from our seats. We originally had the seats up there, and we purposely bought those because we thought would be dead on, but it turns out these lights here were obstructing our view, and we had no idea, so I went and talked to guest services, and they were very, very nice, and were able to get us a section down. And so, I'd like to give a shout out to the Bell Auditorium staff here. But these are great seats. Alright, it's almost showtime. They're tuning up the instruments down there.
Two. I'm sailing away, set an open course for the Virgin Sea, 'cause I've got to
So that was a great show, and now we're walking by Styx's tour buses. Don't usually get to do this at the show, so this is interesting. At least not the ones I've been to. So this is kind of an interesting experience here. And we'll do our best not to get run over in the process. Wonder who goes in which bus. All right, so we are back in our hotel room following the Styx concert, again in Augusta, Georgia, at the Bell Auditorium. It was a great show. I actually filmed several clips from the concert that I plan on inserting prior to this outro, so hopefully YouTube has allowed you to see those. I don't know how that works with live performances versus professional recordings and even live recordings. But again, just want to say, Bell Auditorium again really came through for us when we had those obstructed view seats. And again, I understand that it's not possible in every case, but, didn't cause a fuss or anything. And they were just very kind and helped us. And again, I know most times when you have an obstructed view, it says that. When you're purchasing the ticket. So again, we were very fortunate that they agreed to assist us with that. But again, Styx put on a great show. As always, no matter how long they played for about an hour and 20 minutes, pretty much all the hits minus one or two, and of course opened up with something from their new album, Circling from Above. So again, as I said, as Past Warren said, been a long time Styx fan and definitely still am. I also showed off the merchandising table or merchandise area, and the guy who's been running that for a while, he kind of has gray hair. I don't know his name. Has a Hawaiian shirt. I've seen him for years upon years. Operating the merchandise for Styx, and he's very friendly and very helpful as well. With both of my sons getting shirts, he was telling them, "Well, hold the shirt up, make sure it fits you." He wanted to make sure they got what they needed. As far as the hotel we're in, I don't think I'm gonna have time to do a full tour, but we're staying in the historic Partridge Inn. Which is operated / owned by Hilton. It's a historic hotel, as I just said. It's very nice. There's a nice outdoor pool. It is February, so I'm not going to do any swimming, but the rooms are kind of all scattered about and all a little different depending on the layout that you're getting. So it seems like a nice hotel. From what I understand, a lot of celebrities stay here for the Masters. Of course, Masters being held in Augusta. We actually drove by the golf course where they play that. But anyways, I've rambled on enough. Again, this is a little bit of a different video, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please, give it a like on YouTube. And, of course, leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite... If you're a fan of Styx, what your favorite Styx song is. If you're not a Styx fan, just tell me what your favorite band is. Or, what your favorite part of this video was. Love to hear from you. Of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime channel to get the latest news and updates whenever I post additional videos. Again, primarily cover... different events, attractions, and unique stores and more fun in and around the Atlanta area. And, of course, beyond, which we're in Augusta. We're in East Georgia for this and be heading home tomorrow. But anyways, oh, and you can follow me on Facebook, Peach State Prime, and I'll post some pictures and, of course, new videos there as well. But anyways, thank you once again for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.